like it's been like forever and a day since I've been here for the LSRL League, but it's just what happens when 2 weeks just come together and just seem like just draw longer and longer and longer and longer. And here we are finally returning after unfortunately missing the last 2 weeks with work issues and COVID issues and things like that. We're here tonight for another exhibition race. Appreciate everyone joining us tonight. Can have a little fun this evening with the LSRL Grid Finder Xfinity Series as we get closer and closer to the start of the campaign coming up here in January. Tonight we are at Dover as we run the Monster Mile for 100 laps of racing. Should be a pretty entertaining race here around this high bank. 24 degrees around the corners, 9 in the straightaways. Horse track in the middle, and a monster holding a race car outside turn 4. That is literally what this track is all about here at the Monster Mile in Dover. Got about 25 seconds or so left in qualifying. Appreciate everybody watching us here this evening. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you're not so new to the channel, we appreciate you coming back. It means I'm not so boring, and we appreciate you joining us here on the stream this evening. Now, of course, as we get into January and the season begins, you'll be seeing us each and every Tuesday night for Grid Finder Xfinity Series Racing, which has produced some great racing here in the first season. We were able to broadcast here on the Captain Esports Network, and we're looking forward to, again, some great racing this evening, including a heat race that we're about to watch here in just a moment. And we will go down to the grid right now, as a matter of fact, and let's take a look at the starting lineup for this heat race, and a very familiar name that I recognize very well. Robbie Audi on the pole tonight in that 41 car. Chris Lewis must have let him loose. Brian Sutphin will start there on the outside. Sam Fontaine, Jason Dalton, row number 2. Ira Kolas, Dylan Reed, row 3. Brandon Thornhill, Johnny Rapp in row number 4. In row 5, Justin Malarkey, Landon Quisenberry in row 5, I should say. Brandon Murray and Adam Brady in row 6. Row 7, Andy Briganti and Chase Berry. Cade Ferguson, Bradley Steffen in row number 8. Row 9, James Rep, Ben Barnes, Matthew Telder, surprisingly starting 19th. Dale Lee and Topper Dig is going to start there in the 10th row as we get ready for an 8-lap heat race. This basically just goes out and sets the starting lineup for the main event. As you see the cars down on the grid right now, you see a bunch of drivers ready to rock and roll this evening on this 1 mile track. Good looking grid right there. So do want to mention it is the Grid Finder Xfinity Series. Of course, Grid Finder is where you can find your place on the grid. It's home of online racing communities. You can browse hundreds of leagues racing on all global platforms across every racing sim every day of the week across the globe. You can browse through 1,000 leagues racing on iRacing or Assetto Corsa, ACC, R-Factor 2, F1 2021, and more. If you're looking for a commentator or streamer for your racing broadcaster or designer for your next delivery, Grid Finder has all the talent in one place. If you run a sim racing league, make sure you upload your community to the Grid Finder so that more like-minded sim racers can find you. It's quick, it's easy, best of all, it's free. Check out Grid Finder today. As the cars roll off, you know, something that I have learned to call a simulated pit party. Because in iRacing, you see in some of these sims and games and stuff like that, you get these cars out here on track, and they do what they call pit parties in practice. Well, this is basically what that is. You go out and run 8 laps and go from there. It was nice racing with you, Dalton. Looking forward to the future, buddy. I had fun, even though I was pretty beaten up for most of that race. All right, here they come off turn number 3 and 4. Trickiest pit road in all of racing is right there in turn 3 and 4. Ask Matt Kenseth. Robbie Audi Ryan Sutphin going to lead him to the green flag for 100 laps around the Monster Mile. If you multiply that times 1 mile, you get 100 miles. Simple race, right? But first, let's do 8 laps. He sends it down there into turn 3 and 4. And he will come off of 4 with the lead on lap 1 as everybody survives so far. Tom Verdugas looks like started on pit road, so he'll be behind a little bit here as everybody else working their way up and kind of running some laps here, just getting used to the racing out here, getting used to each other. Back here, the first fight for position, the 69 car, Brandon Murray with Bradley Stefan, I believe that is how it's pronounced, Landon Quisenberry, Berganti, and the only Lamborghini in the field. I believe that's still the case. He got some heavy nose damage on that car. Actually, no, it is a Camaro. Oh, no, it is a Lamborghini. I don't know what the hell he's driving. These cars getting very dicey back here. You see Telder bringing off turn 2. Oh, up the track. 42 and 1 almost getting together also. Cade Ferguson back there. The very interesting thing about this track is the way it races. You're almost like on a roller coaster through these corners as you actually dive down into them and then you climb back up out of them. Check with old blue here, Ira Kohlhaas. You dive it off into the corner, car almost sets right there. Roll back to the throttle and then you climb back out. A lot of it has to do with the banking and the transition and so on and so forth. Audi out to a 6/10 of a second lead right now over Sutphin. Fontaine there in third. Uh-oh. Johnny Rapp in trouble. And he's going to tow at the pit road, and unfortunately for Johnny, he'll start last now in this race. There are no cautions in the heat races. As you see, Audi bring it down to turn 3 and 4. That target number 41 car looking pretty sporty so far in that Camaro as Audi will take the checkered flag and score the heat race win. A couple of KJD2 cars going to finish second, third. And actually probably so far one of the tamest heat races I've seen yet in this league. All right, so we'll come back and take the green flag here. And they'll start by how they finished. Not many guys on Discord tonight here, so we'll talk to a few people here. Let's who do I want to talk to? I have the perfect guy to talk to. Let's get Ira up here. There's a reason why I want to bring Ira up here to the broadcast booth as we get Ira Kohlhaas up here. Ira in the 29 car this evening. Going to try to run some laps here in this 100 lap feature. And real quickly, Ira, you and I have talked a little bit and figured this might be an opportunity, a little bit of a stage here to set the tone for what we have coming up Saturday night, a special event that hits pretty close to home.
Yeah, it hits real close to home. We're going to do a benefit for Cars Bar and Barbecue from Mayfield, Kentucky. They got leveled and lost everything with the tornado that came through Friday night. Wayne Flint and his wife they own it and run it. And Wayne Flint was the crew chief for Randy Sellers. That I spent a lot of time in their pits and in the race shop. They've been blessings to me, and we're just trying to do what we can to be a little bit of a blessing to them during this hard time. I've got a flyer out on Facebook. Just hit me up for some more info if you need it, and let's see if we can't raise some money for a good cause.
There you go. We'll do that coming up at Daytona Saturday night at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. We'll broadcast it here on the Esports Network. But, hey, appreciate it. We'll let you go race a little bit here. Maybe we'll talk here in a little bit.
Absolutely. Thanks, sir.
You too, Ira Kohlhaas there. And there's so many dang channels.
Put me in the one with Landon.
That helps me a lot. Which one's that one?
Auto Graphics.
Oh, that works. Yeah, I guess that would make sense, wouldn't it? Not the F1 one. Not the dirt one. How about that one? There we go. I got him in the right channel. Here we go. Green flag, 100 laps. There's a lot of channels there. Sutphin with a real good jump on Robbie here. That's like the one disadvantage of starting on green. It's you can't get jumped. And across the line. Sutphin leading that lap in the first battle here. That is Justin Malarkey and Murray there to 69 outside to the 18. Unsponsored green and white mobile. I believe a Malarkey member became my latest member of subscribed YouTubers earlier today, so appreciate those guys. I only know this because I just caught the glimpse on my phone earlier today when I was at work. Oh, by the way, Robbie Adi is shot back to the front. Adi, a pretty talented young man, and one that if he races in this league is going to be one to beat. He's going to be pretty good. I will say, though, from previous experiences being around Adi, the one thing he will have to keep track of is he can get a little wild sometimes. But he's a cool cat and definitely knows how to wheel a race car. Adam Brady in the 77 car, unsponsored again tonight for some reason. I think my paints are, oh, I know why. We're going to fix it really quickly. Forgive me for a second. Nobody wreck, please. I ran a race last night, and I had to turn those off. I turned the numbers off, so it kind of... You'll see paint schemes here in a second. Well, that's a little bit different than the 77 car. There's the PepsiCo car of the 29. Ride with Brady, the checkmark mobile. 6th position right now, right behind Kohlhaas in the 29. Adi already pulling out to about a 3/4 of a second lead. Should mention our cameras tonight presented by TrackCams 4 Gourmet. You can look them up online at trackcams22.com. Of course, the closest thing you will see to real life cameras if you're watching a NASCAR race on TV is trackcams22.com. Malarkey with a different paint scheme than what we saw earlier. Looks like updated everything. So Kohlhaas tried to get underneath Adam Brady there, gave him a little bit of room. Brady's able to clear the position out to his outside. Brandon Thornhill in the 68 in the Ducati car. Adi out 3/4 of a second right now on Sutphin. Dalton right there behind him. Matter of fact, 3 of the KJD2 cars lined up second, third, fourth right now The other one in the field is Telder, who runs 11th. Cade Ferguson, the Dr. Pepper Mobile, making a pass on Kohlhaas. So Kohlhaas kind of falling back a little bit. I'm not sure. I'll have to see if that 29's got some damage, but yeah, the right side's pancaked. That answered my question real quick. Let's check on the champion right here. Dylan Reed, the 39 car, the Rowdy Energy Drink Toyota. This dude here has got some talent. Now there is a competition caution. I'll be coming up here in about 3 laps. Lap number 15. They will get a chance to come get tires and reset for the last 85 laps of the race. Joey Ladisor watching Mr. Radiator himself. A couple of those XSR guys going to be on a plane here very shortly with myself, heading to Gateway to do some practice. Couldn't open us. That 39's got a little bit of right front damage on her. Oh, we have some trouble, I think, with Thornhill potentially in Stefan. We'll have to look here at the competition caution once it comes out here in a second. There's Andi in the 41. And there is the competition caution, lap number 15. Let's see as the caution comes out here. Let's go look what happened to. He went off track. Oh, he must have just drove off or something. I noticed something had happened with Thornhill at the same time, so that was kind of weird looking. Car looks fine. All righty then. They'll stack up under the behind the iRacing Ghost 4X pace car. They'll come to pit road. Probably put on a set of tires. Let's see. Oh, wow. One of those things where the leader does one, the rest will do the will stay out. Interesting. Looks like a majority of the cars, all but about 5 going to stay out. It looks like all the KJD2 cars will stay out here. So interesting enough, which will let us jump to break real quick. We'll come back and get you more racing here on the Captain Esports Network. It's coverage of the Grid Finder Xfinity Series. See what happens when you don't broadcast for a few weeks. A little out of rhythm there with that. But, hey, welcome back to the Captain Esports Network and the coverage of the LSRL Grid Finder Xfinity Series. Of course, you saw Wilder Graphics in the commercial there. Wilder Graphics also not only a great painting company, but a sponsor. I'll go ahead and give them a shout-out to the XSR team, which is an IndyCar team that I help run, or that I do run pretty much. That is running in another open wheel series that basically Anthony and the guys put the paints together for all those cars. So thanks to Wilder Graphics for doing that. And, of course, they have the best paints you can find on iRacing. Check them out on Facebook. There, look up Wilder Graphics, and you'll find them there. All right, should get one to go this time by. And the top 5 cars did stay out here. So the 4 KJD2 cars plus Brandon Murray in the 69. Those 5 cars stayed out. Robbie Oddie will start on the 4. Mr. Feelgood's up there at 6th. Malarkey there at 7th. Adam Brady, Andy Briganti, and Dylan Reed will start in the 10th position. All right, here we go. A segment we usually do on a restart. Let's go ahead and do it here. A fun Tuesday night version of Turn It Up on the Captain Esports Network. So you saw Robbie Oddie go up to the front. He has taken the lead. Adam Brady has moved up to second now. So 2 of the cars on fresher tires rolling their way up here to the front on that restart. And now Malarkey going to make a pass to the inside of Dalton. Going to bring Dylan Reed with him. Oh, trouble. Telder in the wall. Front straightaway. Add the 40 car to it. One car trying to squeeze through there. Briganti also. And that's going to bring the second caution out. Let's see what transpires here. Already happened there. Let's back it up a little more. Taylor on the inside of that white, black, and gold car. And I think he was afraid he was going to hit the wall and turns down into Taylor a little bit. I think it was Topper Douglas in the end, the 40, and the car goes squeezing through there. Briganti gets a piece. Now I'm sure they got a reset probably. Watch it one more again. Maybe. I can get my vent thing to cooperate with me. There we go. Yeah, Douglas gets high there. He gets out of the gas, and I think it just brings his car down a little bit to try to keep it out of the wall. And there was Taylor. There's the Utz number 40 of Dale Lee getting a piece of it. Nice job by the Ducati car there to miss it. 68. Well, caution out now for the second time. And it looks like a lot of the leaders now who did not pit under that caution now on pit road with Sutphin, of course, and Dalton, Fontaine, all those guys back to pit road here. So again, Tuesday nights we'll be here, 8:30 Eastern time for the Grid Finder Xfinity Series. Of course, a lot of great things in the works. I know they're working on a dirt series right now. I think Brandon Massey's putting that together. Of course, they got an F1 series that's been going here for the last few weeks. A lot of great things going on here for the LSRL League and Anthony Giuliano and those guys. I know Anthony's out of town for the week. These guys do a great job putting everything together. Well-organized league. Should get one to go this time by. Pace car going to pull off and look at Robbie Oddie, who is led the most laps so far tonight, been pretty quick. He's got a really cool looking paint scheme there next to him though in Malarkey. As we come back to the green flag, Dylan Reed, Chase Berry, and Adam Brady are top 5 now. So let's see what the new guys on the fresh tires will do. Look like Malarkey might have caught the wall a little bit, but it looks like he keeps his momentum up, so I would say he didn't. Here's Q to the inside of his good buddy Ferguson. He'll make the pass, and there's the KJD2 cars right there behind him. Right with Ferguson. Or I'm sorry, Quisenberry. You see 37 blow right on by of Sutphin. As I mentioned earlier, cameras tonight you're seeing on board and on the track, presented by Track Cams 4 Gourmet. You can check them out online, trackcams22.com. Closest thing to real-life cameras from oval tracks, road course, rallycross, and more, trackcams22.com. One other thing I do want to mention, of course, the last couple weeks now, we've been partners with the Celiac Disease Foundation. If you're one who is battling celiac, or if you know somebody who has this autoimmune disease, or even just like being that nice person and helping out, trying to raise awareness for something like this, you can click down the bottom of the page at celiac.org and check out information about what celiac is. And in a nutshell, I can share with you, it's basically a autoimmune disease where the gluten that you eat attacks the lower intestines. And unfortunately can have bad effects on you, like my 2-year-old daughter. And if you would like to help raise awareness for that or donate some money, you can do so down below on the race info page on YouTube. And you can always check out celiac.org. So a battle I've been wanting to see is starting to shape up towards the front. Robbie Otte's led the majority of this race, but here comes the champ, Dylan Reed. And that very fast 39 Supra. And the battle on for third is Sutphin looking inside the 18 of Malarkey. And 61 laps to go this time by. Back here, Dale Lee. I saw one car get out of shape. I think it was Johnny Rappin to 52. That was the car that kind of went squeezing to the inside wall on that Mission Barbecue 52. Dale Lee in that 40 car, looking to do some battling himself. This track's so fast. Obviously with the banking, it eats up tires, especially the right front. You got to be very careful not to tear it up too much. You know, certain cars out here on iRacing blow the right front out of it on this track, believe it or not. Oh, and around goes somebody inside wall. Brandon Thornhill, the 68, has gone spinning. And now bring the third caution out as the Ducati number 68 has hit the inside wall. Oh, and that's going to add insult to injury. Let's see what happens to him. Brandon Thornhill bringing out the... Oh, a little unhappiness with Dale Lee. Oh, got turned off the 40's front end, it looks like. One more time. Oh, yeah, right there. And up ahead here, something happens to Teller. I think the cat jumped on his front end. Or something happened. All right, so third caution out here, lap number 44. We're going to step away for a quick second, as it looks like nobody's going to come to pit road. And we'll get you back to Green Flag Racing here in just a moment on the Captain Esports Network. All right, back here at Dover, 1 to go before we get the green flag. An interesting development as Robbie Oddie came to pit road and now sits at the back of the field all by himself. And the car that's been one of the fastest in the race going to restart tail end Charlie and come back to the front through this field here in 54 laps. One of the tougher tracks to pass. We're going to find out here shortly. They come through 3 and 4. The pace car going to pull off and put them in the hands of Brian Sutphin, who leads them back to the green. Fontaine, Dalton, and Murray, your top 4, with Dylan Reed 5th. You see the cars spread out around this track. Ben Barnes in that black and white number 14. A little up the track he went there. on cue there for the position. Battle up here for the fifth spot, Malarkey and Murray. Malarkey going to drive it on the high side. Power move there. Come up to the halfway point this time. Behind Sutphin, continue to lead the battle on. For second is Dylan Reed inside of Fontaine. Johnny Ray almost getting the wall, or Johnny Rapp almost getting the wall back there. I actually have a guy I work with named Johnny Ray. That's where that came from. Check back here on Adi, the 41 car up to the 11th position right now. He's taking his time getting here through the field. Wrong button. There he is. Getting past Murray in the 69 as he follows the 42. Little true diamond right there. Makes that straightaway longer. He gets a real good run off the corner here to the inside of Ferguson. He's going to get the run here. The 41's looking spotty as Dylan Reed, oh, by the way, has made the pass for the lead. Well, the champ up to the front. Let's see how that pass happened. Down turn 3 and 4, you see something, just lets him go. He said, "You're faster, young man, you can have it." Fontaine under attack. Brady to his inside. Again, I appreciate you guys watching us tonight here on the Captain Esports Network. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button or follow, depending on where you're watching at tonight. And if you're joining us once again, as Thornhill goes up back there and knocks the wall down, or Murray, I'm sorry. Either way, appreciate you guys joining us this evening. What has been a pretty entertaining race here so far at the Virtual Dover International Speedway. Adi making the pass on Fontaine, going to bring Ferguson with him. So Fontaine falling back a little bit here. Not only that pass, but how about Malarkey is gone to second inside of Sutphin. So move Justin Malarkey up to P2. Pass for third, Chase Berry going to go by, and now Adam Brady coming up here behind him. And there's your dominant car right there. Robbie Adi to 41 up to the 5th spot. So the different strategies going on out here on the track right now, playing dividends. Those who got the tires at the right time. Dylan Reed out to a 1.7 second lead over Malarkey. Berry back there in third. Audi tries to battle with Brady for fourth. Again, the season kicks off for the LSRL Grid Finder Xfinity Series in just a couple weeks, second week of January. Great racing to go here. It's going to be a fun season, I think. Going to be another really challenging one. A lot of great drivers here. I want to mention again tonight some of the paint schemes you're seeing on track, presented by Wilder Graphics. They provide the best iRacing paints and liveries around. You can check them out today on Facebook and take a ride on the wild side. If Adi's car is starting to kind of die out a little bit as Brady gets back to his inside. Oh, he took a peek. As Cream rising to the top right now. Oh, into the wall goes Ferguson. That's not going to help things. We look back at Audi from Chase Berry in the one car. Berry got real tight. Audi there's got some right rear damage. Now I see why he might not be so up to speed right now. That right rear's got a little damage on her. Berry getting real tight there, and that's going to bring to the inside Adam Brady in the 77 as they dive it off into turn 3. You'll see over here towards the A post, you'll probably see the 77. There he is. And he'll make the pass. There's Malarkey. Second position right now, 2.1 seconds back. There's 31 laps to go next time by. Keeping an eye on Audi right now. He was 3/10. Actually, no, I'm sorry. They were about 3/100ths, I should say. Off the pace there was the 41 for the 39. They're pretty much swapping lap times and almost tying each other each and every lap around. A 24.9 for Reed, a 25 flat for Audi that time by as Dale Lee makes a pass on Ira Kohlhaas, who has had his struggles tonight in that 29 car. Ira, who finished runner-up, I believe it was, in this series. Not having a good run this evening. I was wondering how this was going to go tonight. The way Audi took off, I was like, hey, maybe he's the fastest, but you can never sleep on Dylan Reed in this series. He will start in the back and work his way up. Now, I don't know what kind of rule changes there will be this season. I know last season they, for the first time, tried out one where if you won the race the previous week, that next week, you would actually get an EOL at the end of the first stage and would have to work your way back up through the field for the two-thirds rest of the race. Not sure if that'll be coming back this season or what people really said about it, but either way, I thought it was entertaining. It was different. I mean, something you don't see in most series. And sometimes it's those kind of things that make a league fun. Chase Berry battling Q here as Q has worked his way up to 5th. Landon's having a nice solid run. Of course, he's got some interesting goals this season. Has never won an Xfinity Series race in LSRL. He's won multiple championships in other series, but never gotten that Grid Finder Xfinity Series win. About the closest battle on the track right now. Fontaine with his teammate back here, him and Sutphin. Trying to get another yellow to come out and maybe get some tires. And back here at the 12th position, Dale Lee and Ira Kohlhaas. Ira going to put on this awesome event this weekend. Looking forward to it again at Daytona International Speedway virtually on iRacing. We'll broadcast it Saturday night, 8 p.m. as we raise money for that town in Kentucky. An event called Cars Barn Barbecue. It's a benefit race. 150 laps at Daytona. That might actually be changed. I believe that was going to be at Homestead. That might be a little less laps now, but we'll see. Still, hey, 100, and if that's the case, then it's near 400 miles of racing in the Xfinity car. We'll pay out some money and stuff, and obviously some of the money will also go to obviously the towns that were involved. Less than 20 laps to go as you see times clicking off really quickly here. Leaders all on top of another time-wise. And there's Sutphin inside of, or I'm sorry, Fontaine inside of Sutphin. Car, I think that damage on that right rear is kind of hurting it. Not allowing it to have the downforce it had as he's running laps mirroring the leader, but unfortunately I think that right rear might have given up a tenth or two. Kim Malarkey hold off Audi for second. Brady right there behind him about 2 seconds or so. Let's take a look at our race summary as we come up to 6 laps to go. Brought to you by Track Time Entertainment. Dylan Reed leads, 3 cautions, 10 laps. 21 cars started. Audi with a 23.5. Was your fastest lap this evening. definitely picking up where he left off this season. Went out there, I believe he had 3 wins, winning the championship. Held the car pretty consistent throughout the season. You know what, there's that 5th place car of Quisenberry as Brigante comes up on the back of him. He's got some fresh tires on that Lamborghini. The only Lamborghini in LSRL. And Brian Suffin to pit road, so here comes some pit stops. This could play an interesting role in this race. I wasn't sure how long they could go on fuel, so I was just not wanting to say a word and kind of jinx it. Seems like every time I do, they make it all the way, or if I don't, this is what happens. .37 slides it into a stall. And right side tires going on. I'll keep an eye out to see if anyone else comes to pit road here. And nice here, trouble, turn 1. I saw heard somebody spin. It is trouble, turn 1. Dale Lee. Oh my gosh, Brian Sutphin. Even in exhibition races, the kid has no luck. And Jason Dalton on pit road 2 right now. Dalton did go a lap down, so he unfortunately going to be in trouble after this. Let's see what happens to Dale. He's already off track here. Oh, he gets clobbered by Johnny Rapp. Dale with a lot of damage there, and the 52 is going to go up there and get the wall, and he's going to try to pull his car off the wall and catches Dale, and then they're going to hit hard right there. Right in front of the leader. Dylan Reed able to get around it, so. And that, of course, going to bring us a late caution here, which could make this race interesting. And here come leaders to pit road for tires. Will anybody try something sneaky here? Race off pit road. How about that? Dylan Reed with a big time stop. Matter of fact, all 3 of them were pretty solid stops. 0.4 of a second separating the top 3 spots when it comes to pit lane time. We'll see those cars that just pitted get the waiver on and go back on the lead lap. So again, a couple more recruiting races left here in the series. And then we'll get to the second week of January, and that'll kick off the season. Should see one to go this time by, so we'll get about a 6-lap restart. There go the wave rounds going by, and Dylan Reed will take the inside lane here. Question, will Adi try something here to get to his inside and try to get the lead really quickly? Can Malarkey make that high line roll and get Quisenberry in between the top three? Go down the back straightaway. We'll come to the green flag, and it's been a pretty fun race. And hopefully you guys have enjoyed the broadcast, so you guys can enjoy and get to see what you will watch during the league races here in LSRL. Green flag out, 6 to go. Great restart for Dylan Reed and a good start from Malarkey. Adi, not so much. He's going to need to get to second real quick. Here he comes. And he's going to slide up in front of him. Oh, trouble! Bergani's in the wall hard. Sutphin also on the wall. They're back in the back, so I don't think we're going to get a caution out. Nope, we're going to stay green. Look at that. Audi just ran the fastest lap in a row. Now caution is out. And that shall buy us a green-white checker finish. Let's see what transpired here. They brought the caution out. Brandon Murray's out here on his own right now. He had damage from that wreck. And he goes loop-de-loo off turn 2. I know that wasn't a caution because he's not around anybody. Oh yeah, Bergani gets loose, smacks the wall, and down into those two they go. As you know, Dover, a self-cleaning track. So this ought to get really interesting now. So if everything goes right this week, the remainder of our schedule, we'll see some racing tomorrow night here if everything, like I said, goes right. I'm hesitant to say what's coming up because until we get to Christmas time, it is wild where I work at FedEx. So especially being a manager and having a lot of things going on in the building. But if everything goes to schedule tomorrow night, we'll do some makeup racing for some leagues that we've missed out on the last 2 weeks. And then we'll come back Thursday night with the American Open Wheel Racing Series race from Gateway. And then Friday night, we'll have the special Great Lakes Sim Racing Truck Series Championship race from Chicagoland Speedway virtually. And, of course, it will be broadcasted live at Black Horizon Brewery in Chicago in the suburbs. Hopefully people out there will be able to enjoy the race. And then we'll come back Saturday with the special race for Kentucky. And as they raise money for what happened this past weekend with the bad storms and stuff, we'll do that at 8 o'clock Eastern Saturday night. So pretty active and fun week coming up, the rest of the week, I should say, if the schedule cooperates with me. All right, pace car lights are off. And Dylan Reed by far has got the preferred groove into the corner, but if Adi can sit there on his right rear and stay on his door, he might be able to make a move here. Yeah, wow. Well, shout out to you, my man. Sounds like, I'm guessing FedEx Ground if you're a contractor, I guess. Stay safe up in that area, dude. I know you guys do a lot more work than I do with Express and stuff, because obviously you're the lower cost company and stuff, so you guys have to work a lot harder there. So, all right, here we go. 2 laps to go. Can Dylan Reed hold off a very fast? I can't think of another word. Robbie Adi. I'm too tired to think of other words right now. Adi, who started on the pole. Dylan Reed, who started in the back. Off turn 4, white flag. Can Adi do anything with him? Q up to third right now as they battle it out. To turn 1, and around goes Malarkey. He's going to think somebody's full of Malarkey after that hit. But through turn 3 and 4, the champ going to hold off the potential rookie next season. Dylan Reed, recruiting race win at Dover. Q, Barry, and Brady are top 5. They'll do a little photo op here. As we'll show you the final results. Reed wins it by 3/10 over Adi. Q, Barry, and Brady are top 5. Ferguson, Fontaine, Kohlhaas, Rapp. How did Kohlhaas finish 8th? And Jason Dalt finish in the 10th position. Malarkey, unfortunately, after that spin. Sutphin, Bergani, Murray, Dale Lee, Ben Barnes, Johnny Rep, Telder, Thornhill, and Topper Douglas. And Bradley Stefane finishing 21st. And we'll go talk to our top 3 finishers. Let's talk to my buddy, Mr. Q, Mr. Quisenberry, Mr. Broadcaster himself. Well, sort of, he's working on it. As Q joins us here this evening. Nice job there, Landon, on the top 3 finish. And obviously it was a tough fight there at the end.
Yeah, I don't know what more I gotta do in these things to get one. It'll come eventually, but man, Dylan is just so fast. I mean, it's so fun to have someone to chase down or try to chase down every week. But yeah, I'm on a little bit of a roll. I don't want to jinx myself. I think I've gotten top five in every race so far this season, and getting strong. I think the playoffs start after this week. It's a shorter season. A test. I don't know if we're even testing out the playoffs at this point. We'll find out. But yeah, really good race. It wasn't like last week where I was really fast and faded at the end of each race or at the end of each run, and then I had to play different strategies to get back up. I just tried to save my stuff, and um, yeah, I just got to push to be better on the short run here. That's kind of my Achilles heel at this place. A lot of the time, usually I'm good on the short runs and fade off in the middle and come back in the long run.
Right.
But it felt like here tonight, I just wasn't good on the short run. I was really good in the middle of the run, and the long run people were starting to claw back at me. So I don't know what much more I could have done to fix that, but I got to get a little bit better at this place. It's almost on the schedule every place, every season because the boss man loves it. So, but yeah, good another top three. So I'm super stoked about that.
You'll get that win. It's coming, and it'll probably come when the main races count in the near future. So, but great job, Ben, finishing in the top three. I know, obviously, a fun track, as you mentioned, Dover, getting ready for the real season coming up here in January. I know you're excited for that, but shout out to whoever you like to, bud.
Um, just the usuals. Obviously, first off, everybody here, it's LSRL, all the admins and all the sponsors, Water Graphics, Grid Finder, Butt Kicker, Sim Speed Shops, Proto Sim Tech, Track Time Entertainment, you at the broadcast. Just they do awesome stuff. Um, Shout out to my parents for always helping me out and supporting me. Haven't even get to talk about this. Might as well just throw it out there. I've been really wanting to get away in the past couple weeks. This is the first time I ever had this happen in my lifetime, but lost a family member a few weeks ago, my uncle.
Yeah.
So just heavy in all our hearts, and life is definitely short, and always got to enjoy it. So just glad to always get those reminders, but not gonna let it wipe the smile off my face, and I come in and try and do as best I can. But yeah, just shout out to him, shout out to everyone that's back home that's really dealing with all that, and also give a shout out to Ira for doing that the charity stream or the charity race on Saturday. Try and help out any way I can. I don't know if I'm gonna run in it. I might try and see if I hop in the booth and actually do a live race for once. I think that'd be
Come
fun.
on in. Doors open.
Um,
The door's open.
so yeah, I think that's probably gonna be my Saturday plans. Because I don't party anyways. But yeah, it's been a tough week. This finals week for me in high school, and it's
Damn.
I did early graduation this year, so this is my last week of high school officially. So I'm super stoked about that. But yeah, thanks for giving me your time. I'll get out of everyone's way now and let you get to the other two that are more important than me.
No, you're all good, man. Obviously, thoughts and prayers with the family. I know what it's like. I felt that same way about 4 years ago, and then Dad passed away, and it was like, man, that one hits hard when those kind of things happen. It's like, man, you don't expect it. So definitely thinking about your family. I mean, that's rough, man. Sorry to hear that. So, but thanks for your time, bud.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Landon Quisenberry, or Q as we like to call him, finishing in the third position. And yeah, there it is, official. He's coming to join me in the booth Saturday night. We're gonna have some fun and raise some money for the people down there in Kentucky, or up there. I guess that would be from where I'm at. All right, let's talk to somebody I know pretty well here, Mr. Audi, finishing in the second position this evening. Robbie, great job tonight. First time I've actually ever watched you in a stock car, looking pretty solid and pretty fast there, but just a little bit short to the champ.
Yeah, definitely a little short. Just started off good at the beginning of the race, then got that speeding penalty, and just never really got the opportunity to race them until obviously the very end. But can't really do anything on those restarts.
Yeah, obviously very tough out there, but you went out there and led some laps. It looks like a little bit of right rear damage. How much did that hurt the car?
Yeah, it was. I can't remember what happened, but I was getting through the cars, coming to the field, and got a little bit of right front damage and I guess right rear, and it slowed me down about 2/10 a lap. But I think I would have finished second with the speeding penalty, even with the damage. But yeah, it just kind of stinks. But it's my fault, and I got to own up to it. So.
Attaboy. And I know you and I have talked a lot about that kind of stuff, but great job tonight, man, and shout out to you like to.
Yeah, I just gotta thank all the guys back at Charge Racing. Gotta thank Ashton Crowder for bringing me in. Looking forward to doing Road to Pro with them. That's about it.
There you go. Ashton's a cool cat. Got to race with him a little bit a couple years ago, so enjoy that, and best of luck, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks, Chris.
Absolutely. Robbie Oddie there finishing in the second position, and of course the champ, who I got to talk to a lot here in the season, winning this race this evening. Dylan, congratulations on the win. Obviously, I know you're looking forward to that season coming up.
Yes, sir. Glad we're all back out here racing, ready for the real racing to begin.
Yeah, talk about obviously tonight you worked your way up through the field, something you seem to be really good at doing. And I know here at a track like Dover, where aerodynamics play such a role, especially as the track gets more rubber laid down and the tires get worn out more, it gets tougher to pass.
Yeah, I love coming from the back to the front. It's good practice. You know, it helps with racecraft and it gets you used to where your car is and where other people are. And this track was hard. I knew that first 15 lap run that we had for the comp caution that I was just going to burn up all my stuff that I had, and I was like, I'm going to get as far forward as I can get so that I don't have to do this later on in the run. And it worked out pretty well. Got up into the top 10, and then from there on out was just able to save my stuff and pick them off one by one.
Yeah, it was definitely fun to watch, man. Great job tonight. Shout out to whoever you like to.
Obviously, thank you for broadcasting it. I know you're a busy guy, and it's gotten a little more busy for you recently, but we appreciate you broadcasting it. And for Light Speed Racing League for putting this on. Hopefully we get some good competitors. We can fill up these lobbies for the main season coming up. And for my teammates for showing up. Only Dale made it today, but he had a good run up until that wreck at the very end.
Well, great job tonight, Dylan. Congratulations on the win.
Appreciate it, man.
You too, buddy. Dylan Reed finishing P1 tonight here in Dover, and if it was real life, he would have his car in the hands of the monster. But, well, maybe they can find another way of doing that. It'd be interesting looking trophy for iRacing if they did. All right, well, great job tonight, guys. Good race and a lot of fun to put on. And obviously you heard the guys talk about it a little bit, maybe some kind of a playoff thing here in the last two races of the recruiting, but they'll definitely get the show going January, the second week, as we'll get that season rocking and rolling. Big shout out to everybody, of course, for watching this evening. Again, Saturday night, if you're not doing anything, Landon and I will call the race, and we'll get you ready for a special event for the people there in Kentucky after those terrible storms that roared through on Friday night. And our thoughts and prayers with all those people there. And obviously thoughts and prayers with the families that continue to battle COVID. Unfortunately, on my end, I have seen way too many people getting closer and closer to families around us passing away from this. So let's try to keep ourselves safe from that whole deal and more. So appreciate everybody for watching on this Tuesday evening. And as always, remember, this isn't just a game. It's iRacing. See ya!